Hello and welcome to another episode of Kuma's Kitchen, and tonight we're doing two recipes. One, regular oven fried potatoes. Two, a very delicious cheese and gravy oven fried potatoes. And I got them right here in front of me. There we go, just like, we've got a wonderful gravy here with ground meat in it and all. Cheese on top, throw them back in the oven, and a little bit of melted in there deliciousness. The same fries are used here, the same oven fries. So very easy to make oven fried potatoes. We'll go through that, and then we'll go through turning it into this deliciousness. Still a little hot, but really good. You got a bit of, look at it, it's got this cheese there, huh? You got the gravy on there. Our potatoes underneath. Oh. You gotta make this. Let's go into the kitchen right now. Alright, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make the plain old oven fried potatoes. The cheese and gravy will come later, that version, but let's get this version going. So what I need here, I've got a quarter cup of olive oil. I've got one teaspoon. Tablespoon might be good, but teaspoon will do. 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of pepper. The potatoes, that's about 2 1/4 to 2 1/3. I think this one was closer to 2 1/3 pounds of potatoes. About 1,020 to 1,060 grams of potatoes. Doesn't have to be that exact because you just want to fill that baking dish, or if you're just making to eat as it is, well, it's really not going to matter exactly how much you use. But that's a good amount right there. All right, so what I want to do is I want to take the olive oil, I'm going to add it to a large bowl, and salt and pepper. Give that a little mix. And then in goes the potatoes. Now, I'm just going to toss them around and toss them around until they're all coated with the oil and salt and pepper. Now, if you're not making the cheese and gravy variety, which I highly recommend, but if you're not, if you just want to have just some oven fried potatoes on the side with something else, well then you could also add other things in here. So for example, back here, let's see, we've got chili powder. That's always nice. Add a little kick there. And you know, the herbs, a little dillweed, some oregano, some basil, some rosemary, thyme would be nice. Anything of that. Paprika. So is this something to kick it up a little bit in the flavor? Fine. Or just is good too. I've eaten them just like this. All right, so that's getting pretty coated now. All right, that's looking pretty good. So I got now, I've got a couple of trays here. I'm just gonna put them out on a tray. About half onto this tray, and the other one over here, half onto the other tray. And now, get them spread out. They don't have to be perfect right now. I just want them out there. I want them all have their own, you know, they're not piled on top of each other, basically. There we go. That was just like that. Now they're stuck together, so all sides, there, you know that. All sides are getting pretty even. And I've got a little bit of leftover olive oil here. I can just kind of drizzle that a little bit. Drizzle a little bit over here. That looks pretty good. Let's drizzle a bit more on this one. Might as well make good use of all that. Just all good flavor. All right, now getting it in the oven over there at 400 250 degrees Fahrenheit. Hot, yes. Or 230 degrees Celsius, 25 minutes. At the 25-minute mark, we'll come back, we'll pull them out, give them a flip, and throw them in for a bit longer. So I'll see you at the 25-minute mark. Let's see what they look like then. All right, now while the fries are being oven fried, for those of you who want to make the the cheese and gravy version, well, this is the ingredients we need. Across the front, I've got a half a teaspoon of pepper, half teaspoon of salt. I've got a tablespoon of paprika. I've got 2 tablespoons of flour, tablespoons of olive oil, 1 onion finely chopped, 1 cup of milk, and then across the back here, this is 12 ounces or 340 grams of ground meat. In my case, it's kind of a mixture of pork and beef. Anything to do, I do like the fact that pork adds a lot of flavor, but whichever your preference is. And then over here, 7 ounces or 200 grams of cheddar cheese grated. So that's going to go later on top. So let's put that aside. It's not really part of the gravy. That's the cheese. This is the gravy. So what I'm going to do here, I've got my frying pan. Let's bring that up to medium heat. All right, we'll get the olive oil going in there. Okay. Let's kind of take that around the pan a bit. And once that comes up to heat, we'll get the onions in there. This time I'm just going to cook the onions along with the meat. I just want to soften the onions a bit, so let's get all the meat in there. The salt and the pepper. And try not to break things. And the paprika. All right. Oh. Get it all out. There we go. All right. I'm going to mix that in. Let's put that milk to one side before I spill that. I'm going to mix that in. I'm going to cook that. I'm going to fry that up for medium heat. About 8 to 10 minutes. I want to cook the meat a bit. I want to get a little bit of browning started, soften up those onions, and then we'll be back. All right, see you back here, about 8 to 10 minutes. All right, that's browned up nicely, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna add that flour quickly. Mix that in. I just want to cook it for about a minute, just to cook the rawness out of the flour. So that's all you need to do. Just get that down in there, all stirred around throughout. All right, a minute's up. I've been been stirring that around. What I want to do now? Start adding the milk. So I'm going to add a little bit of milk and some on the counter. Scrape off that bottom a bit. Just deglaze here. And add some more milk. All right. That's going to be a nice gravy. Oh yeah, it's gonna look really good. All right, we got that bottom done off. So now the rest of the milk goes in. And then just cook it for a little while, just kind of stirring it around a bit until it thickens up. Don't need to thicken up too much because it's all gonna also gonna go back in the oven again on top of the French fries or oven fries. All right, so just let that simmer for a minute or two here. Give it a little stir around. Thickens up a little bit. You take it off the heat. All right, so those have been in the oven now for 25 minutes. Time to give them a flip. Oh, looking pretty good. Smelling pretty good. Plus I kind of flip them over. I'm not too worried if they don't all get flipped over. I mean, it could take forever to do them all. So just gotta flip them over. Oh, look at that beautiful browning there. Just gotta go around like this. Over we go. I know, not all of them are gonna get flipped over, I'm sure. But this is not something we have to worry about. All right, so those, now if you take one, you go like this. Oh, hot, hot, hot. That's pretty soft. They're about just about ready to go. So, gonna do the other tray too. Then they're both gonna go back in the oven, still at the same temperature, for about another 10-15 minutes. And then they're ready to go. All right, that was 10 more minutes in the oven, and those are looking absolutely fantastic. So now, if I wanted to just eat these, you know, just grab one, eat them as they are. They're a little hot, they're a little hot. Oh, but let's see. Absolutely perfect on the inside. Oh, a little hot right now. I want to cool down just a little bit, but no. So that's if you just wanted to make oven baked fries. There you are. These are ready. Now we're gonna pour these into this dish here because I'm gonna make something absolutely fantastic with this. That's that bunch in there. Okay, grab the other pan. Dump those in there. Hot, hot, hot. That's starting to come through the... I think I really need a new oven mitt. Oh, I think it's getting a little thin. Had these forever. All right, so broke a few there. That's okay. All right, so we got all the got this all in there. Oh, put that off to one side. Yeah, that's hot. All right, so what I want to do is just get them spread out nicely. Around in there. All right, that's looking pretty good. All right, so once you got those spread out pretty evenly. Ouch, hot, 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 hot. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Then, get that gravy a last little stir here, so it's sitting for a little bit. All right, so it's spreading that across. Let's get our other little rubber spatula there so we get all that good sauce in there. Okay, and then just spread it out over top of the oven fried potatoes. Oh yes. It's going to drop down into those cracks in between. This is going to be absolutely fantastic. Now, the pièce de résistance. Top it all off with cheese. You know my love for cheese. All right, get that spread out evenly like that. Now, going to go in the oven over there at 450 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius, about 10 to 12 minutes, just until the cheese has melted, ready to go. That's dinner. All right, see you back here as soon as those come out of the oven. All right, that's been 10 minutes in the oven, and look at that. It's all melted, dripping down inside. Now, you could do it 10 minutes and just get nice and softly melted. I like it just like this way. or you can leave it in for a few more minutes and let it get browned a bit on top. Either is going to be good. It's up to you. Which way do you want it? So about 10 minutes if you just want it soft. Go about 12 minutes if you want a little bit of browning on there. Now, whatever you do, go make this fantastic dish. All right, now if you like this, stick around. There's a lot more original Kevin Riley's recipes here on the Kuma's Kitchen channel. There are all kinds of mishmashes I make up here. I come up with all kinds of ideas. So you want to make sure that you're subscribed and you've clicked that notification bell so that you'll never miss out on one. Now, go make this and make cooking fun again with Kuma's Kitchen.